Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining in. And like I always say, I do not take it for granted. So today we're talking business over a cup of coffee. I hope you have your coffee with you. Mine is nice and hot. I hope you've got yours as well. All right, let's get straight to the conversation of the day. So guys, let me reintroduce myself to those that don't know who I am. My name is Ntabi. I am a brand builder. I am the founder of a company called iLDesigns, as you can see right here. iLDesigns Creative Approach is a design agency that offers branding solutions. My services include designing logos, business cards, websites, posters, covers, like the ones that you see behind me here. But we're not going to touch much on that, but we will talk about them later. So just make sure that you click on the subscribe button so that whenever I post videos, new videos, you get to see them first. All right. And of course, the notification bell. So we're talking domain registration, domain hosting, email accounts, email creation, and. All right. So first things first, what is a domain? A domain name, to be exact, it's that unique name that you actually identify your business or your brand with. So let me make an example. On any website, you know, each and every website, which sometimes is called a URL, you've got www.iLdesigns.co.za. So what is the domain name there? The domain name there is iLDesigns, which is that unique name that you have set for your brand. It's unique. Why am I saying that? It's unique because only you can register that name. What do I mean by that? What I mean is every domain hosting or registration is similar to you registering a company. So meaning when you register a domain name and you register iLdesigns.co.za, it means that if I already have it, you can never ever try to register it. It is not available. It's unique. Of course, if maybe you want to register it with a different extension, because you have to notice that there is www.iLdesigns.co.za. So there's .com, that different extensions, .com, .co.za, .online, .org, and. So if you happen to want to register iLdesigns.com, for example, if it's not taken, then you stand a chance to actually register it. But if I have both of them taken and registered, you cannot actually register it. You get my point? So what is the importance of a domain? The importance of a domain is that it helps you have, that accessibility for your brand, and it also gives you an opportunity to also create email accounts for your business or for your brand. All right, coming to email accounts. For you to have an email account, you have to have a domain name first. Domain name 7. That's the DNS that we're talking about. You actually need to have that before you can actually have an email account. So are you aware that most companies right now, they are actually rejecting Gmail accounts? Are you aware? Let me make an example. Some companies that actually offer services, maybe offer tenders and all that, they actually block Gmail. So if you're gonna try to fill in the form using a Gmail account, it blocks you. It actually requires you to have a company email. So why is that? Because like everyone has a Gmail account and all that. Yes, everyone has a Gmail account. I have a Gmail account and I love it. It's very user friendly. It's awesome. And of course, with Gmail, I get to access a lot of things. I mean, even YouTube, when you have a Gmail account, you have YouTube. You know that. Do you know that you have a YouTube channel already when you have a Gmail account? Well, if you don't know, just go to your settings and just click and look for that red and white tab. You'll see it. actually come to think of it, the fact that you're watching this, it means that you have an idea and you know. All right. Or maybe you're just looking and then there's an option that says sign in. That means you haven't subscribed to my channel, right? So if you've never signed into that, use your Gmail details to sign in to that Gmail and subscribe. All right. Okay. So without dwelling much into that, some people prefer using Gmail and are comfortable using a Gmail account. So like me as a service provider, I would actually make things easy for my clients. So what I've done is that I have actually highlighted to my clients that you can actually have a your company email on Gmail. How so? Well, there are settings that you actually do to do that. And obviously on Gmail as well, you can actually buy a space where you can have company emails. But if you have your emails registered with a different service provider, like myself, I use AfriHost as my service. So if you register it with me and then you say, I actually want my emails on Gmail, I can make it happen for you. Just have to Google this. The settings are easy. I can show you. If you wish to get a domain and email account set up on your Gmail, of course, you can follow my website, follow my pages, iLDesigns on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, and of course, you can go to my website for more. All right. So it is important for you to have a company email, and that is an advantage for other businesses to actually work with you. Because like I said earlier, some businesses actually reject Gmail accounts. So meaning that there is a bit of a limit when it comes to that. So you're probably thinking, but I have actually been doing my business, running my brand under Gmail all these years, and it has always worked for me. Okay, if it has worked for you, kudos for you. But how long is it going to work? How long are you still going to use it? How do people identify your brand? Do you understand that having a domain means that you eventually will actually build an online presence? Meaning, you will build a website. Sorry guys, burping. You will have an online presence, right? Online presence meaning having a website, being search engine optimized. So meaning when people Google you, they will find you. Right now, if you can Google entrepreneur puzzle, you will find it. Right now, if you can type in on Google iLDesigns, you will find me. So if you still have a Gmail account and you don't have some kind of online presence, how do you think you will be able to position your brand and help your brand grow? That's something you need to ask yourself. And let's look at it, guys. Digital marketing is the way to go. Digital marketing, for years, it's been years now emphasizing this. It's been years since digital marketing has taken over. We understand that there's traditional marketing and there's digital marketing. Traditional marketing, unfortunately, at this point, can only do so much. Digital marketing is the way to go. And with what is currently happening in our country, most businesses are affected. And they're affected because some cannot actually operate digitally. Think about the street vendors. Think about that lady that actually sells, whatever, sweets, veggies, and all that, who sits by the taxi rank and all that, or by the mall gate or whatever. And they don't actually have a smartphone or anything like that. They don't know anything about digital. That is the older generation. So imagine how affected they can be. So what that means is that it's difficult for those kind of people. And chances are the company would need to be shut down or redesigned, remodeled, So there are just different ways. But anyway, without actually drifting away from the topic of the day, which is domain, emails, and hosting, it is important for you to understand that having a domain is actually important. But now, let me talk to you about the challenges that you get when you lose your domain. So sometimes you have a service provider that offers you a service of creating your domain and registering it for you. So you'll feel like, okay, iLDesigns or realtalkwithintabi.com, yes, it's registered, it's mine, it's my website and all that. Understand that you do not own that domain. So what does that mean? That means that someone owns that domain. So let me make an example with my business. So what I do in my company, I actually offer you a service of registering your domain and obviously managing it. So it is registered under my platform. So meaning you have access to it, but is actually under my platform. So you get to pay my company to manage it for you. When you have issues with emails and everything, you contact me. You get my point? So some people, okay, my experience or some of the challenges that I got to experience with my clients was that they got to actually have people doing their domains, and then you find that it's just a company from overseas or from wherever, and then later on they can't actually access it anymore. They can't edit anything on the website. They cannot actually make changes, and the people are nowhere to be found, which can actually be a bummer. Imagine if maybe you are rebranding your business and you want to actually remove that old information, put new information. It will actually be useless, because the information that will be there, it will be all information that is no longer relevant to your brand. So what do you do in that situation? Unfortunately, you can either try to track those people. If you cannot, then I don't know. You might be forced to actually register a different domain, which interferes with your brand, because if you have built iLDesigns as a brand, imagine having to start all over. But now you're going to start all over, yet you do not have that domain name, and you cannot actually get it from domains.za to check for it. You cannot get it from my company because it is already registered already. You can only be able to get it again if it happens that the people that designed it for you, that registered it for you, they decide to deactivate it, delete it, and it's available to for registration. And also, it is a huge risk, because domains, when they are available, anyone can register them. Anyone can actually have a company called iLDesigns. There can be a company, actually there is a company that I know, I think it's an interior company, iLDesigns, that is somehow my competition. But it's not my competition in terms of the services that I offer. It's my competition in terms of the search engine. Because if now that company comes up first when you actually type in iLDesigns, it means that my company will actually be second. But I want it to be what? First. So that is the competition that is there. So my point is, it is important to get that unique name and understand that companies actually buy or register domains to actually sell them. Do you know that? They actually sell them. So they buy a domain from a particular service provider, and then what they do, they actually sell it. I, for one, do not own iLDesigns.com. You know why? Because it was already registered by someone. But is it operating? No, it's not operating. What's happening? They are actually selling it, and they wanted to sell it to me with like $100. And I was like, do I need to spend $100? Do I really need to do that? I thought about it. I was like, nah, I'm not going to. But of course, this is mainly because co.za is still working for me. Unless, of course, I'm forced to actually get the domain. If I'm not forced, then why not? Why should I? At this point, really, guys, I don't think I need it. And of course, understand that a .com, yes, it's a great opportunity to actually have your site or work with businesses across globally and all that. But still, the co.za, it still works, so it's okay. As long as it still works, and obviously my services are mainly, I offer mainly South Africans. Not that I'm limiting myself to just South Africa and all that, but it's mainly South Africa. So yeah, that's that. But at this point, no, it's okay. I can't pay that $100. Hopefully one day they will lose it and I'll take it and take it quickly. But if not, then I'll see. Maybe later in the years. But at this point, no, I'm cool. I don't need it. All right. So my last point to you is, okay, I need you to understand something. As much as I am your client, I offer you a service of registering your domain, your emails, and all that. I need you to understand how it operates. If I say each and every month, I'm going to need you to pay 100 Rand for a domain, which is like a 12 months period, that has to be 100 Rand times 12. You need to not just pay and then that's it. Understand, what am I charging you for? Understand what that 100 Rand includes. Understand why I'm actually charging you that amount. You know why? Most people do not understand that as much as I have the skill, or I'm offering you a service and it's my job to do all of that, it is my job, but you need to have some kind of knowledge of what I'm doing, and you need to have a contract. Because I'm saying this because imagine, some people, I've engaged with a couple of people, some people have lost their domains forever, or like it was taken by someone else, because they did not have information and detailed, contracts with their service providers, and they ended up losing everything. And so do not be ignorant. Read your contracts. If you don't get a contract demanded from your service provider, understand how things work. Don't just be, the money distributor without understanding. Yes, I will take the money. I mean, this is a service that I'm offering you at the end of the day, but understand that you need to have a little bit of understanding of how things are done. Knowledge is power, and do not allow your business to actually fall or to lose, all the hard work of building it online, like after years, and then the domain is gone. Imagine that. So do not do that. This is your brand. Work for it and make sure that you know each and everything about it. Right now, when I finish this video with you, I'm gonna draft a contract for my client that I'm working on with their website and everything. I'm gonna draft that contract so that they understand, they know what this is all about. So I hope that you've learned something on this video. And of course, if you enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment with any views or any questions that you might have on domain, registering a website, a domain, email accounts, and all that. I'm here for you. I'm able to give you all the services you need. And of course, you can visit my website, www.iLDesigns.co.za. So guys, that was it from me. I hope you enjoyed your coffee. I just had 3 sips ever since we've started. It's a bit cold. But anyway, you can still have iced coffee, right? There's nothing wrong with it. All right, get out of here. Make sure that you follow me on all social platforms, guys. Subscribe. All right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. And until the next video, actually tomorrow, we're talking websites. So don't miss out. Subscribe and click that notification bell so that you don't miss it. Okay? All righty. Cheers.